So I'm going to demonstrate this from collar and sleeve, but you can do a double collar, collar waist. You can do it from the high grip, right? There's multiple grips you can do it from. What's also unique about the sticker is that you don't need to time it that well. That's why I think this technique is very effective. Like, it takes a while to build up good timing, but for the sticker, right, like, we actually want our opponent to be heavy here. Like, we want our opponent to be heavy on the leg here, right? I don't need to catch him midair. I'm not saying it can't work, like, when your partner's, like, moving and stuff like that, but if your opponent's heavy on the leg, you could still throw the sticker, okay? So I have my collar, sleeve grip. I'm taking a step with my back leg, and I'm turning my foot out, okay? This step here, it's not about getting close. It's about turning your foot out. That's the most important thing, because if I don't turn my foot out, when it comes to sweep, I'm not going to be able to get it in the right position, okay? So you don't need to take a deep step. You just need to turn your foot out. So I'm turning my foot, extending my hip, okay? And I'm pointing my toes down, all right? Now, it's really important that I extend my hip. Look how much reach I have when I bend my waist. Look how much reach when I extend my hip. Okay, you're giving yourself another 2-3 feet of distance, as well as it's just a stronger motion. In sports, like human movement, generally extension is more powerful than flexion. Okay, so I'm extending my hip. I turn my foot, I'm extending my hip, and I'm pointing my toes down. Okay, my lateral part of my big toe here, right, my right toe, it's pointing down, and this outside part is digging underneath the ball of the ankle, okay? So again, I'm turning my foot, extending my hip, pointing my toes down, digging, right, like I'm digging with my big toe underneath the ball of his ankle, okay? Now from here, I'm going to bring my knee towards me as I'm pulling on the sleeve and pulling down on the collar, okay? Yeah, nice and loose. Okay, so from here, I'm going to bring the knee towards me. Look what happens to Nick's momentum as I bring the knee towards me. So as I bring Nick's knee towards me, you see his weight starts to change, right? Okay? So let's talk about a couple things. I want to talk about the reason why it's important to point your toes. Okay? So I'm going to hook Nick's ankle. Nick, I want you to step off. Nice. Okay? Now I'm going to point my toes. Nick, I want you to step off. I always have a grip, right? Yep, try to get off more. Yep, bring your leg towards you. Nice. Okay. So by me pointing my toes down, I have a grip. Okay? Now getting back to the throw. Okay? So from here, right, I'm bringing the knee towards me. Okay? I'm not bending. All right? I'm keeping my posture the entire time. I'm pulling on the sleeve. I'm pulling down on the collar. I'm going to extend my hips. I'm going to extend my knee. I'm going to look over my shoulder. Couple things. From here, it's a skill to be able to follow that foot. So once we hook, right, when first practicing this out, tell your partner to try to step off, right? Like tell your partner to try to step off and like let him move his leg around, and it's your job to follow, right? So Nick, I want you to resist about 10-20% and just move your leg, right? Yep, move your leg forward, back, right? And it's my job to follow. And then at some point, I'm going to bring my knee back towards me. Right? And then from here, I could just finish. Okay? It's important. When you follow your partner, you never bend at the waist. You're always extending your hips. Okay? That gives you more power, and it gives you more reach. Okay? Okay, so again, I'm going to extend my hips, extend my knees, and then we're going to look over my shoulder. Okay? And it's important when you extend your knee, it's not a front kick. Think about it as a leg extension. Okay? We're not kicking, we're extending.